Yeah, I want to go over some cheap survival stuff. And you know, the whole deal is price and usefulness. Now, you can always get the weather off the internet, right? Just go on the internet and say, hey, here's what's the weather going to be. But you know what? If there's a real emergency, the internet's down, right? A lot of times power lines are down, and, you know, not just the power being down, but you can even have internet service knocked out and all kinds of stuff. So this is actually a cheap, very inexpensive. I don't know where I got it from. It's Emerson makes it. It's weather band. It has weather band, AM, FM, television. You can turn it on.
Humidity 90%. The wind was calm. The pressure was 29.99.
So you get your weather. But that could be very important. Like if you got no communication, don't think it's not important. So another thing I have too is this is a CB radio, and you know, nothing going on right now. So, but you see, I have a whip antenna on it. It takes a lot of batteries too. It takes like 9 AA batteries. It comes with an adapter. It's by Midland, right? I had this a while. I never used this stuff. I just keep it on the side. This is like brand new, few years old. Never touch it, you know, but I have it just in case. Now, the other thing is I have a sailboat with a mast antenna with a marine band radio in it. But I can just unhook this whip antenna and hook this up to the mast antenna, and I can get some serious range out of that puppy, big time, man. You put the mast up, and you hook this to the mast antenna. That thing's up in the air about, I don't know, 20-something feet, and it's a much better antenna than this little whip antenna. Now, another thing I got here is a solar charger. Now, it's all encased. It's like pretty much weatherproof. You can just close this up, leave it outside someplace, and you can put batteries in here. You can put D-size batteries, A, AA, AAA, you know. And actually, even if you have batteries that are not rechargeable in an emergency, you can charge them up. Especially with a solar thing like this, it's not going to really overheat them. Now, the other thing, it has this little side piece, right? And it has all these adapters on it. So you could plug this into something and power other devices with this little solar panel. This thing was cheap. You can just Google it up on Amazon. I don't know where I got this thing from, to tell you the truth. But they're around. And it's like, you know, you got to be careful with the stuff because, you know, you could break it. But, you know, it's plastic. I mean, it's not made for, like, knocking around in backpacks and stuff like that. But it will work. And you know how important it is when, you know, communications gets knocked out, electricity gets knocked out. And, you know, I have generators. I got 2 generators, fuel. I have other solar panels. Not like a lot, but a few of them. And not big ones, but there's some. But even this little puppy, this can come in handy because I have lots of rechargeable batteries. Plus this thing has, like, you can plug this into other devices and charge up things that way. The CB radio could be very handy. I mean, if you have a serious emergency, these stupid things, and you know what? They're not stupid. They're only stupid, you know, when they're laying around, but they don't take up much room. How much room does this take up? You know, got this, this, and this. And they're not much money. I don't even know what this cost. This was like probably under 20 bucks or something. This wasn't much money either. And like I said, I have the antenna that can really greatly improve it. And the problem you're going to have if you ever have a power outage for a while, severe emergency, is that you need some kind of solar charger. And this is the cheapest thing you can get there is, because you just open it up and you can put all different types of batteries in it. And like I said, if you got AA batteries and they're not rechargeable, a lot of times you can freshen them up once or twice. Get them almost pretty close to almost like new again, as long as you don't overdo it. But usually with a little solar charger like this, you're not going to overdo it. And this thing, like I said, you know, you got your weather band on here. And, you know, tells you whatever's going on. It's got constant weather. It's got an actual weather button up on the top of it. And, you know, it's cheap. It's not much. Just has some batteries in it. And, you know, it works off of just a couple batteries, or else you also have the power plug for it too. And it's got, you know, squelch, so you can adjust the weather band better. So it's pretty good stuff. I'm just going to recommend this stuff, just anything I could put out there that, you know, can actually be useful, I will. I think this is some of these ideas I've done. I think they're very handy. And the thing is, it's all for price. You got to remember, what's the price going to be? And you want to make sure that you're not breaking the bank. So something like this is cheap. This is even cheap. This is from Midland. And actually, if you have a cable, you get a coaxial cable, and say you mount a mast antenna on your roof of your house, or you're like the soffit or something like that, man, you get a slew of range out of this thing, man. It could be up in a tree for all I know. I mean, if you got a mast antenna, you can mount someplace really high. That'll really extend the range on this thing. And something like this, you can open it up, you put your batteries in it, charges them up. It also has this external thing, so you can charge up all kinds of different devices with this. It's pretty much unlimited because it's got, plugs and everything else there is out there. So, great ideas and very cheap. Don't break the bank. And, type in an emergency, you'll be glad you got this stuff, believe me.